Good morning, everyone. This is Joanne Bulgarian. This is so fabulous. It is a wonderful day, and I have my weave project on hand. I've tried many patterns so far, and I love all of them. Shadow weave, the Star of Bethlehem, the overshots. I mean, I'm just having fun weaving, and that's what you're supposed to do, have fun. So what I did today is I set up a pattern for me to do. Well, lo and behold, I used the wrong warping thread. It's a 4-ply worsted weight cotton, but I noticed that the ply is like almost, it's not coming apart, but it's not working with the warp thread that I'm using. Normally I use unmerchandised cotton, and that works really good for me, but I wanted to save it for specific tea towels that I'm making for projects and for gifts for various reasons. So I'm saving that. So I ordered some new cotton, unmerchandised cotton. But what I did is I ordered some linen and some white, and I love the black because black is really, and blue because they're really, and red, they're really beautiful colors to intertwine with different colors. The next several months I will order some baby blue, some beautiful green, and like a lime green or something to that effect, but that's later. But for right now I ordered the white linen, and then the white off-white cotton on merchandise. And I ordered big bulk because I noticed that I didn't think sometimes it takes a little ingenuity or watching other videos and listening to other people, when I just realized if I buy the big giant ones like that, I can warp, wrap them all up in balls. And actually I have so much dye because I used to dye a lot. I used to do a lot of tie dyeing, and I have so much dye left from this project that I had used to do 10 years ago that I was cleaning out my closet and there it was in my box. And then it dawned on me, buy the unmerchandised cotton, dye different ones, make little balls, create like a tie-dye, little ball. And I said, that is what I'm going to do. So I'm waiting for that. But due to the corona virus, it may take up to 3 to 4 weeks to arrive. But I'm okay with that because I've got boxes and boxes of different texture yarns. So I have my loom all set up for a specific overshot star and roses. But again, I picked the wrong type of warp. But I went ahead and did the pattern and all that, and petals and everything. Now I know if I use yarn, it works good. I've seen the pattern come out in the yarn, but I have so much of that one color that I'm going shopping in a couple of weeks or so, maybe in 3 weeks or so, depending on how everything's going today and following next month. I'm deciding to go to either Hobby Lobby or Joann's Fabric or one of those local Michaels that sells yarn, so I could buy it in different varieties of colors. I need some white and black and blue and different colors of yarn because I have pounds. I've got 10 pounds of gray, and it didn't dawn on me that gray is beautiful because I'm making a blanket on my project back here. And I found a different way to make double weave without having to use 2 shuttles. It was an accident, and I love accidents because when you make an accident or you make a mistake, not an accident is a totally different word, I apologize. But when you make a mistake, sometimes those mistakes are blessings in disguise. So I forgot to use my 2 shuttles because they were both the same color. And I started putting the one shuttle through, and I was like, wait a minute, it looks a little lighter than 2 shuttles. So I noticed that I had dropped the other shuttle, and I'm just going ahead and using it, and I'm still making a double weave blanket. So I went ahead and did a nice little sample of it. I stopped using the other shuttle and used the one shuttle, and the blanket was so soft, and it was not packed, or it didn't feel thick. It felt just loose and airy, and it still holds up. I washed it and laundered it and hung it up because it's the kind of yarn you get at what they call Walmart. It's inexpensive and it's washable and dryable. So I put it in the washer and I dried it, and it feels the same. It's a nice little sample, and it's a double weave cloth. It turned out to be 46 inches in when you open it up, but it wasn't very big. It's like a nice shawl, but it was a good practice and it was a good mistake. So now I want to order some more yarn so I can create a blanket that's light and airy and not feeling too dense. It's one of those hot, it's going to be 101 or 102 degrees, and I can already feel it's in the 90s. So I'm got my air conditioner on, but it's still very, very hot. So even though I have my pattern all set up on my loom, I was doing a tabby because this needs a tabby in each pick. So I did my tabby, and I love tabbies. I don't know about anybody else, but I love tabby weave because not only does it compact your cloth, because now that I look at it, I said, wow, it's looking like a cloth. It looks something that I could use for placemat or pillows versus just me making patterns, because I got a lot of different patterns that I made from different projects. So I wanted to show you how I got my table loom / converted to a floor loom all set up. I have my pattern on my clipboard because like I've told you before, I had my fold-away keyboard tablet. It was a beautiful RCA tablet, but I dropped it on the cement when I was outside, and it just cracked. And because I had it for a couple of years, the warranty went out, so wasn't able to exchange it or do anything with it. So I had to toss it out, unfortunately. So until I can get another portable little tablet with a keyboard that flips, which isn't now because I already have my laptop that you're looking at right now, and then I have my new Sprint phone, which works great. I love it. It's a really nice big phone, and I can have my Weave It program there, but because it's a phone and it's really long but it's narrow, I can't seem to hold it on my little shelf unit, and because it's new, I don't want to break that. So I'm not really using it, but I have my Weave It program on there, and I'm able to create my patterns there and transfer them to my computer, which takes a little long. And that's why I got the Beta Temple loom. It was $1. And you know, I'm creating a lot of patterns. I have been non-stop adding patterns from Ann Dixon's book and the other book that I got for double weave, which I'm still trying to figure it out. But this particular double weave book, she doesn't use a regular table loom like mine. What she has is one of those looms that are like artesian looms, or Leclerc looms that have the metal, and they have the 8 or 10 shaft, and she's got all these different. I'm trying to figure out how to condense it to a 4 shaft. So that's what I'm working on. But the patterns in there are beautiful, and everybody's book, they're a little different. So I got used to Ann Dixon's book, and I figured it out. I am so glad I got Ann Dixon's book. She is precise in the way you do your patterns. It's simple, and if it wasn't for one person on Kelly Casanova, who told me start from the bottom up, and I didn't notice the arrow was from the bottom up, and I said, that's odd. But I went ahead and followed that book and that lady's directions, and now I am making all kinds of little stuff. So next month or 2 months from now, maybe 3, because of the coronavirus, I want to be careful. We need to save money because you never know what kind of emergency might show up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm saving my money just in case. I was going to purchase a Leclerc loom this month, but I thought about, what if something happens? What if this coronavirus? Pardon me. I have allergies, so my allergies are. I can't. I'm getting like not breathing. My face. I actually am turning white because I'm not getting enough oxygen in my body. Well, anyway, I was gonna purchase the Leclerc. I already had it on hold and everything, and told them I was gonna order it. They're holding it for me for the next 3 months, but I'm going to see what's going to happen in the next 3 months, because ordering something that expensive, that's around $3,000 or $4,000, that it's going to be permanently in one place because it's so heavy. You can transport it, but I don't have a truck. And something that big, you need a truck and a dolly or whatever to lift, and probably 2 people to pick it up. So that is going to be held on the back burner for at least maybe 3 months, 4 months, maybe till next year. I really don't know, due to the fact of what's going on in the coronavirus. So I'm being very cautious of that. And again, you never know what's going to happen in the next 3 to 4 months. God forbid it. Even though they sent out this, they're going to send out this new stimulus package. Oh, my throat. They're going to give us another stimulus package. Still, you just never know what is going to happen. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. I think you've all heard that saying, better be safe than sorry. So I'm going to go sit at my loom, do what I normally do. I'm not going to talk much because I'm trying to save my breath because of my allergies. And I have asthma, so I don't want to overexert myself because I'm already feeling faint. And 2 times in a row I felt like fainting. I don't know why. It's the heat, and the heat can really exhaust you in this type. So I've got a lot of water, everything that you need with this huge thing that's going on. So I'm going to go over there, sit down, and let's see if I can zoom this up. No matter how old this computer is, I still have a problem trying to figure it out. Okay, there we go. And you're going to probably say, why does it narrow like that? Well, that's how I normally set my loom up. Then it works for me. So this is the girl right here. I don't know if you can see that, or if I got not enough lighting in here. Let's see. It's probably that I don't have enough lighting. I don't know if that's going to work. And actually, I probably don't even have it in a good spot either. I probably have it zoomed up too much. Oh, well, that's what it is. On my little camera, it looks good over here. Very strange. I don't even know where my arrow disappeared to. There it is. Okay, let's back this baby up. Let's see. Okay, I think that looks a little better. Now the colors of this was an inspiration to a blanket my sister, I'm telling you, this heat drove me nuts, that my daughter brought from Jalisco, Guadalajara. And I just fell in love with the colors, so I try to get the colors to match with it as much as possible. And I don't think I can see. Let's take a look here. Let me see if I can turn this around. Let's see. I'm trying to get the camera and make sure that everything is. I think that's good enough, right? Oh, I'm burning up. And I wanted to show you, this is the, let's get over here. Where is that little arrow at? Okay, there it is. Alrighty. think I had it. Oh, that's it. I think I had it right the first time. Oh, that's too much. Oh, that's too much. I don't know which way is right. Okay, so this is what they call the tabby weave. And I love the tabby weave because it is just a simple pattern. There isn't too much to anything except 2 4 1 3, 2 4 1 3. And I have this called chenille. I don't know how I got my. Okay, this is my new 15-inch Leclerc shuttle, and I'm in love with it. And the reason why, you're probably wondering, why did you get such a big one? First of all, it's heavy, and I can feel it, and I can grab it. And you see how wide this project is, so it's easy for me to, when I shuttle it through, I can just catch it right away. It's not no big problem. And this is the reason why I bought this, is because I am planning on buying that Louette loom, and it has the riser where I can shuttle it through, and that's why. But I'm still using it, and that's the main thing, is that I'm using it. Okay, so I'm gonna, let's see. Still need to. Okay. Oh, I see, Dwayne. I've got the message on, and I keep getting these messages. So let me get my chair. I like to get right in there, and you can do that if you want. I like to put my chair right underneath there. So I have to kind of squeeze in, but once I get in, I'm in. Okay, so let's see. I have the light on. So left too large. Maybe if I just direct that light. I think that looks better. Oh yeah, you can see it from here to here. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to get and put this down just a bit. There we go. Alrighty. Now we need to adjust the light a little bit. Now when a tabby is really easy to use. A tabby is really easy to weave. It's not that it's easy to use. I'm telling you, this heat has really gotten to me. So, and you can always, I forget where I leave off, and I'm getting spasms. Oh, that's terrible. I have multiple sclerosis, so I tend to get a lot of spasms in my hands, or my legs, you name it. Okay, I'm trying to remember where I left off, so I'm gonna put my foot on 1 3. Okay, so it was 2. I'm at 1 3. So you put your foot or your feet on your threadle 1, and then threadle 3, and that lifts up your shed. And I like to make it go at an angle. I really, really like an angle because it works for me, and I don't pull it, and I don't give it too much slack, but I have it nice and just right. And then I just let go of it. Sometimes I hold on to it. Immediately I will put my foot on 2 4, and now I'm going to hold the end. And let's give it a nice little beat. While I'm here, I keep my foot on the threadles, and I move them over. Now my foot is on threadle 1, my foot is on threadle 3. Give it another beat. Slide my, look at how big that boat is. I went right through it, no problem. And they have larger ones, so when I get a chance, I'll order some bigger ones. Now I'll go back to 2 4, holding on to that. Let's see, that was 2 4. Okay. I mean, let's take that out. That was 1 3. Let's get that back out. I can't do 1 3 twice. So let's go 2 4. shuttle bag. You can if you want to give it more dimension. Go back and do if I want it, 3 or 4 times. That's totally up to me. It gives it a more dense line as well. So now my foot is on the 1-3, and I'm going through over here, holding it, 2-4, give it a nice deep. Two, 4. Let me show you here. What I love about this Leclerc loom that I want to get is you can buy the flying shuttle kit. It's $1,000, but then you'll be able to fly that shuttle back and forth, and that's the long-term goal that I have. I just love that I can just throw it again. And then I can throw this one over, no problem. It is heavy, I'm going to be honest with you. It's got a big dense heaviness to it. That's my asthma. You can hear how heavy that is. I really enjoy and love creating patterns on my weave. Not only that, but it strengthens my arms, specifically because I have problems with this wrist. Sometimes it swells up, and I know if I keep moving, because of the arthritis, I need to keep moving, because if I don't, my arms will stiffen up, my hands will stiffen up, my fingers will stiffen up, my legs will stiffen up, my feet will constantly get tingled. So when I'm doing something like this, I'm not standing up and doing what I did with the lift plan. I'm just using my feet, but my hands are maneuvering back and forth. So I'm kind of getting exercise all at the same time, and this is really good. It helped me tone up a lot of my arm. It really has truly toned up my arm. I don't know if you can see that, but I used to have some super duper, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it, flap. And I noticed doing this for the past year and a half, almost 2, well, maybe it's 2.5, I've noticed a big change in my arm and my shoulders. And when I stopped doing this for a week or 2, I noticed a big difference in my arms and my back and everything. I'll start feeling pains all over again. And then I know it's time for me to do some weaving. And now that I'm learning how to do this much better, it's not taking as much. And if I don't do a huge project, I notice I used to make a huge project, and I mean fill up all the slots. So now I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to wait for that Leclerc loom, the 36-inch Leclerc loom. Then I know I can make a bigger project. So I got that there. And I just love the tabby weave. It goes by so fast. I've got so much of this chenille thread. I used to do a lot of embroidery with this chenille thread. You can get linen and a hoop and actually create, and like I used to get the black canvas material, And then I have a lot of chenille. I have red, white, blue, and green, and I used to just embroider by hand a lot of beautiful designs. So I don't embroider as much as I used to, neither on my machine nor by hand, because it's just not for me, in the sense that it's hard for me to see the little needle like I used to. I used to be able to thread the needle, and I know they have threaders and all that, but I would drop them or I'd misplace them, and I couldn't remember where I placed them. Just double checking that I didn't make a mistake. And I haven't made a video for YouTube or for anybody on Facebook regarding my weaving in such a long time. I mean, I'll show you a project that I'm doing, but I haven't really showed you anything lately. This pandemic has really gotten to a lot of people. And when I was doing the, you can cut your material if you have a lot of yardage. I had a lot of yards. I believe it was like 4 to 5 yards. You can cut where you want, make your other, like I had another one on here. And when I was happy with that beautiful overshot rose, overshot rose, star and rose, and I made a nice long placemat for the table, or I'm thinking maybe a small pillow. I really don't know yet. I cut that off, and then I took the thread off of the heddles, and then I rethreaded with a different pattern. But again, the yarn that I was using, I couldn't see the pattern. Then I went back to the gray. Yes, I can see the pattern, but I have so many other patterns in gray, so I said, I don't think I want to do that. So I stopped at that moment. And I tried to create the pattern with my chenille, and I couldn't see it. If you know what chenille looks like, chenille is almost like a velvet material, and it just didn't look good. But I noticed when I started doing the tabbing, oh, it looks beautiful. It actually is going to hold up for something absolutely fabulous. Maybe a beautiful, fabulous poncho, or, there's so many things I can do with it. But wow, this is beautiful. I love the way it feels. And then it's chenille, so it's got to be beautiful texture. I've got blue chenille, green chenille, gray chenille, red chenille. Let's see. I've got gold chenille, so I have a lot of yellow chenille, so I've got a lot of different colors. Dark green, light green. Got a lot of it. But this time I want to order some. Ha! You can always tell when something. You can always tell when something is not a mess. The pattern changes instantly. Okay, I was at 1-3. Okay, so it's 2-4. That's good about when you learn how to weave. You will notice a change in what you're doing, and you'll know, hey, this doesn't look like my pattern. But I do like this. I like to use this beautiful green. This is the 4-ply worsted lace, which comes in bulk cones, and I use them all up. But they are beautiful when you're as weft. It's beautiful as weft. But I should have thought about that when I used it as warp. But still, it came out wonderful. I'm glad that I used this chenille. It's really packed in there. The one thing about this shuttle, I'm not able to get through as much as when I use the 10-inch shuttle. It's much thinner. This one is a lot thicker. But again, it's for the LeClaire loom that I'm holding on this company. And the gal who's selling it is holding it for me for 3 months. And she says, because nobody wants to buy it, and I'm willing to pay for the shipping, that a lot of people wanted it free shipped and all that for the price. And she says, you know, she has had it on hold for me, so that really helps me. I told her if she finds a buyer, don't hesitate to let me know. If she gets them, she orders at least 4 or 5 of them for the year. So I know I'm not going to worry about them. I'm going to always be able to find them LeClaire loom from another company. So that's it. Now I just have to bring my beautiful warp over and finish my project. So I hope this helps you in my journey of weaving. I want you all to stay blessed, stay happy. I'm gonna have to get out of here now. Now remember, I pulled the chair all the way in, so several months ago I couldn't get in and out of there because it was a lot heavier. But my diet is working out really great. I have been on a super duper year and a half watching what I'm eating. But I think the food I was eating was some of the food, not all of the food. I still eat a lot of the food that I'm not supposed to eat. Okay, let me get back to zooming this back to normal. Okay, so I'm going to zoom that back to normal. So thank you for joining me. I don't know why it's looking, maybe it's because I'm wearing lavender, that the color of my body looks lavender. I really don't know. So I'm going to get back to finishing up what I'm doing. I'm just gonna stick with the tabby. I think I love it. It's gonna be fast. Time's gonna zoom by before I know it. And I don't want to sneeze, but somehow I want to sneeze. So I hope you're all gonna stay fabulous. And this is how I look. I know it's not much, but I have lost a lot of weight. It's not much, but I have, and because I'm doing my arms have really toned up a lot. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful, blessed day. This is Joanne. And my husband's not there. God bless you. AKA Jeannie. Everybody in my family knows my name is Jeannie. God bless you all. I love you so much.